if you follow a lot of Destiny 2 stuff on YouTube, you probably would have seen at some point recently some guides coming out on how to prepare for Forsaken. Now, obviously, Forsaken, the new DLC, comes out September 4th, and it's getting to that kind of time when people are starting to kind of point their interest towards getting ready for it. And this happens before every expansion. People think about what's the best way to prepare, what should I keep, what should I get rid of, etc., etc. And that's understandable. You know, everybody's excited. I'm excited about the new expansion. And so there's a lot of guides out there that go over the changes coming with Forsaken and what that kind of means and how to best prepare for the upcoming DLC. Now, all of these guides tend to have a focus on efficiency, and what they usually boil down to, the kind of main points are to keep your gunsmith materials and keep your Vanguard and your Crucible tokens, because they're still going to be useful. You're still going to get packages from them, you're still going to get rewards, and what with random rolls coming, it's going to be helpful just to turn them all in, stockpile them now, turn in a whole bunch, get a load of packages, get yourself a load of guns, lots of random rolls, all of that. Now, I thought I would just offer a bit of an alternative viewpoint, and this is what I am going to do, and consider this kind of like an alternative guide to how to prepare for Forsaken. And it's less about efficiency, and it's actually more about setting yourself up to enjoy the expansion properly. And basically, my idea is don't do any of that. I think we should be spending everything. There is one exception to this, which is planetary materials. Now, planetary materials are going to become useful for things like infusion and, I don't know, God knows what else, but they're going to become an actual useful commodity to have when Forsaken launches. And I would say I'd keep those. I'm keeping those on my account simply because when you do want to infuse a weapon, it could be frustrating to have to go out and farm for a whole bunch of planetary materials. So I'm going to keep those. I also don't have very many. I only just started again anyway. So yeah, definitely keep those. We don't know how many we're going to need for a start. And if there's anything akin to the exotic sword quest in Destiny 1, then you're going to need a lot of them. So it's worth probably keeping those. But other than that, like your gunsmith materials, for a start, the packages are going up from 40 to 100. And to me, what this shows is that Bungie don't really want people to just be stockpiling, because it does kind of undermine the point of the game. And I think the Crucible and the Vanguard tokens are remaining the same for the packages. But even still, my approach is to spend everything I've got before Forsaken comes out. Now, in my personal situation, part of the reason for this is I've just started again on the PC, as you know, and so I have nothing, you know, like my vault and my collections are going to be really, really bare, and so I kind of just want to hand in as much stuff as I can so I can add as many of the current year 1 weapons and armor to my collection as possible, just so I can get myself back to kind of a bit of an armory like I have on my console account. But actually, more than that, I don't want to burn through Forsaken in a week or two. And you often see the same people on Reddit and places like that who are advocating this kind of stockpiling mentality, and then day one comes, DLC drops, and they'll spend all day sitting in front of the gunsmith like it was a slot machine, just pulling the lever over and over again, and then they'll fill out their armory really, really quickly. They'll get their god rolls as soon as they can, and they'll be the same people that a week later will be on Reddit complaining they've got nothing to do. And to me, I just think that the whole game is built around a loot grind. It is a looter shooter. That is kind of the point. And it's so much more exciting to have a weapon drop from a boss or from a strike-specific bit of loot, or, I mean, obviously strike-specific loot is strike-specific, so you can't get that from the gunsmith. But to get that weapon drop in a strike or from a boss somewhere, and, you know, possibly it's a good roll, and then you check it might be that god roll that you've been looking for. It's so much more exciting to have that than just to sit in front of a slot machine and repeatedly pull the lever with all of your stockpiled materials. Now, that's just me, but when Forsaken comes out, I'm looking forward to playing Destiny 2 again and playing the new content and going through it. And so I'm kind of treating it like a fresh game almost. I'm almost wrapping up my account as at the end of year 1, and I'm going in fresh. And I think that might actually be one of the better ways to do it. I think that you're going to elongate the content a little bit more. It's going to make you focus on playing the game and appreciating what content we have, rather than just focusing purely on getting your armory, getting your light level up, getting your weapon rolls immediately. And I'm not trying to disparage any of those people that have made guides suggesting that you do that, because it's good advice for those people, and there will always be people out there who do just want to be as efficient as possible, and I can understand that. And if that's you, go ahead. Obviously it's your game, but I just don't want people to get drawn in by watching some of these guides and thinking that that's the only way you can do it, or that you have to prepare for an expansion like that. I don't think you do, and actually I think I have made the choice to tie everything up and go in with almost nothing into Forsaken, so that I can experience everything fresh, everything matters, and the loot grind is going to be much more about gameplay to me than it is about just turning in tokens. And I'm really excited about that, and I think that's going to improve my enjoyment of this new DLC. So just wanted to throw that out there. That's my approach. That's what I'm going to be doing to prepare for Destiny 2 Forsaken when it comes at the beginning of September. And yeah, thanks for dropping by, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye.